Welcome back, watch fans. We have an absolutely amazing watch market update for you today. That's right, unbelievable but true. We'll be talking about what's happening with Patek Philippe. We'll be talking about various grifters, a lot of grifter. We got the grifter update. We got the grifter update for you. We'll talk about the market and other exciting things. Now, remember, press the like, subscribe button, send money now. It's been difficult. That's why we haven't been able to do these videos, because again, it costs millions of dollars to run this channel every week, literally millions of dollars every week. So I can't keep reaching into my pocket unless you guys keep sending money. I mean, again, literally. So anyway, so let's talk about Patek Philippe first. Actually, no, let's do the Chomo stand update. Let's do Patek Philippe update. Let's talk about the watch market. So first of all, bottom line is this: for all you Rolex fanboys, there's actually a flood of Rolexes hitting the market. I mean, that's right, yours truly, the Colonel, has been offered some very desirable watches of the Rolex. Why should I pay retail though? And I'm telling these bukiaks, these grifters, the same thing. And again, I'm not talking about Daytona. Nobody's going to offer me any Daytonas, but whatever. Desirable stuff, Colonel-worthy stuff, which means no steel basic bitch shitters. So bottom line, the steel stuff, the Rolex stuff, forget about it. I mean, the prices are going down the tubes. Forget it. You know the story. I don't need to repeat this. You got this tomato can, this fucking Puerto Rican hubcap thief in Miami doing the same video 5 times a day. You got the update. And he's not wrong, but let me tell you what's going on with Patek Philippe. Vintage Patek is steadily moving up. We're talking about the Patek Ellipse. That's right, the Ellipse is actually higher than where it was just even a few months ago. Where the Ellipse market is going to explode after the summer. We're talking in September, October, November. The Ellipse market is absolutely going to explode. Patek 3940s are already 6 figures now in the retail market. That's right, the 3940, the Colonel Special is 6 figures, possibly heading to 250. That's right, 250. I think that's where it's going to go in a couple of years, maybe 5 years, whatever. But anyway, the Ellipse market taking off. Certain sectors of Patek vintage are hot. 60s, 70s is hot. Now, speaking of Patek, there's a everybody's an expert, a watch expert these days. You know that. Everybody's an expert. And the Prince of Porn Valley, that's right, this is the guy that was working at Chomo stand, some Chomo stand. I think he was a focus puller or some sort of guy working the casting couch. He was the guy that cleans off the casting couch. We're talking about we're not going to mention any names, but you know who I'm talking about. The certain young gentleman who was being groomed, certain young gentleman in Los Angeles, which is basically Chomo stand. LA is basically Chomo stand. I mean, this is obvious. And I think he was working in making some sort of snuff films or something in Chatsworth or somewhere in Porn Valley, as they call it. And anyway, so this guy got booted. From what I understand, he got booted from his job because, listen, it's pretty obvious because the guy's got no taste, right? I mean, you can't have a guy who's a cinematographer or something who's got no taste, who makes poor choices. Now, how do you know? It's obvious when, again, I counseled, that's right, the Colonel counseled this young gentleman to get a 3940 Patek perpetual calendar. It was around 50 grand at the time. There were deals to be had, and this little bukiak decided, no, I'm going to get a modern watch with windows because, he wanted to, flex to, the other Chomo standees out there. And we're talking about the Chomo, the Cuck. And what happened is he got groomed in Geneva. I think they shared a hotel room together. There was a shared hotel room. And next thing you know, he's working at Happy Feet Jewelers, making videos about Patek. Hey boys, unbelievable true. Hey boys, hey Paul. So this guy's working at Happy Feet Jewelers, selling used watches. I mean, it's basically like selling used cars in Glendale. Okay, this is like, he's basically just he's one step above selling used cars in Glendale. He's selling used watches in like Fountain Valley or somewhere in Bukyakistan, deepest Bukyakistan, with these grifters. And he did a video. Now this guy he obviously scripts these. These are like scripted. It's a whole production. Very lame. Actually, I'll be honest with you. Now, I think the creative stuff, the content is very, very weak, very lame. But I do need to say something. I know how to spot talent, okay? And I think the Prince of Porn Valley actually could actually succeed as a diller. I think he actually could be a very good diller, and here's why. Because he's a low-life chiseler, and he's good at making low-ball offers. And he's got that, like, that chomo vibe where he comes across somewhat honest. He looks sort of. I mean, he's got that. That LA chomo thing, and he's got that like fake Boy Scout look. And so I think he's actually going to do well, because a lot of the punters don't know any better. A lot of the punters don't know any better, and they're gonna see this guy as their friend, as their friend, and as their buddy, as an expert on all things Patek. And there's Curly. We got Curly here. Hey, did you see Curly? Curly, maybe that was Curly's son. Maybe that's Curly after some Ozempic and that stomach stapling, whatever.
Cocaine.
Who?
I have Coke. You need Coke?
Coke? No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is unbelievable true. Guys, this is unbelievable true. Okay, you got this live. No, okay, this was not staged. Guys, this was not staged. Now, I'll tell you something interesting. Oh my God, we got great content here. This is a real live stream. This is not like some chomo stream. This is the real deal. Now, it's interesting. I've noticed the only 2 times in my life I've ever been offered cocaine is here in Vegas, walking around. And you know what? The first time I was wearing a hat, I was wearing my white Kangol hat, like it's like a little kind of a hat type of thing. And now I'm wearing this, which is like a straw Borsalino hat. Like it's, you get it? And I think it something about these hats must give these guys the idea that I am a fan of the Peruvian marching powder, or maybe it's the watch. I think he did compliment my watch. Guys, you saw that live. That was not staged. This is unbelievable. I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a video, about chomos and bukyaks. And oh yeah, speaking of bukyaks and chomos, Rolex apparently is opening an AD in Staten Island. You guys don't know where Staten Island is? You Google it. Staten Island. That's the place that smells. No, seriously, I'm actually shocked that Rolex would allow an AD to open in like deepest chomo stand. Actually, that's Bukyakistan. I think JJ Bukyaka lives in Staten Island. I mean, yeah, Staten Island is really the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I'm actually shocked. But anyway, apparently, this actor, what's his name? Pete something, the comedian. I never found this guy funny. He's like a really ugly guy. I think he was on Saturday Night Live. Funny looking guy. Oh, Pete Davidson. And here's the thing. This guy is one of the ugliest guys I've ever seen in my life. And this guy was able to pull, I mean, A-list talent. Girls, I mean, this guy's getting like A-list beaver, okay? A-list. We're not talking about, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I'm shocked. He should have closed the deal, because I think he was dating some famous actress. He should have married her. Then he'd be set for life. Or an act. Oh no, what is she? A singer or something? I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Anyway, speaking of chomos and bukyaks, just want to give you guys, in case you need to know, the latest on attractions This is where Curly. This is Curly's. This is where Curly gets his reading. This is Curly's reading material. It's like a kiosk, a news kiosk for the Curlys out there. But yeah, anyway, I was talking about the Prince of Porn Valley. I think actually the guy's going to do well. I mean, like if I was running a dilling business like that, I would hire that guy. Because he's like the only thing with that guy. My only issue is I think he's a little slightly like retarded, and he thinks he knows everything. So that's the only issue. Which, you know, I'm sure these grifters, these used car dealers in Fountain Valley will know how to deal with that. But other than that, I think the guy actually is a perfect match for selling shitter watches, shitter Pateks with windows, modern Thierry Stern. That's right, the Thierry Stern era garbage, trash, to other, you know, bukyaks from LA. You know, these LA people, they're really low class, trashy people. And it is what it is. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Leave your nastiest and viciousness, most nastiest and vicious comments below. Oh yeah, one thing we forgot. The Ochomo or the Okuk has been apparently banned from the tubes. The tubes. Apparently the what do you call it? The Rolex people were not happy about the grooming. They weren't happy about the grooming in the hotel rooms in Switzerland and other locations, and they don't want their brand associated with bukyakery and chomostanery. So they had to basically come up with a. Now they can't say we don't want to see, you know, grooming and chomos type stuff, because, you know, that would be, you know, then all the LGBTIQ people would get upset. You know, that would be politically incorrect. So they can't say that. But I think that's the real reason. So what they did say is, oh, because you're selling counterfeits. You're selling counterfeits to suckers. And you're associating with wizards, with the watch wizards and other grifters and counterfeits, etc. So I think that's what that was their excuse. But my sources in Geneva tell me that's right. I do have sources in Geneva who tell me that the real reason is that Rolex management, it rose to the highest levels. That's right, the highest. This case rose to the highest levels and said, look, we cannot have any chomostani groomer, you know, being associated with our brand, you know, grooming twinks and all that stuff. We can't have that. So we gotta find a reason to be disassociated with this Okuk, this Ochomo. So that's what happened. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. Remember, this is the only channel, the only watch channel where you have seen a real offering of cocaine being offered to, you know why? I think the guy realized, look, I look like a, you know, very handsome, successful gentleman, and you know, the type of, I'm an upscale customer, right? Like that's the type of guy, you know, that they would want to deal with. So I'm actually flattered. I'm actually flattered. This reminds me of the time that I was offered a fellatio once by a gentleman. I'll tell you guys a story later, but yes, that's right. Now, I didn't take him up on the offer, but I was flattered. I mean, it was a good-looking guy. I mean, just straight out offered, you know. Now, I never had any women offer me, just out of the blue, offer those types of services at no charge. At no charge. So it was very flattering. So I'm actually very flattered that somebody would offer me cocaine, because, I mean, that implies that I'm you know, I guess, I don't know, must be I'm a very upstanding aristocrat. You know, a duke, not even a duke, the colonel. That's right, unbelievable but true.